Yay! So this was probably my favorite part of the class, was making a lesson plan. Um, so this will be fun to talk about. One thing I would like to note is after the teacher went over some things with our group, I originally had simulate here, but I changed it to analyze because I realized that it has to be Bloom's taxonomy. Duh. Anyways, our content standard was analyze the arguments for entering into war presented by leaders from all sides of the Great War and the role of political and economic rivalries, ethnic and ideological conflicts, domestic discontent and disorder, and propaganda and nationalism in mobilizing the civilian population in support of total war. So another important thing he told us was that we don't have to put this whole thing in there for a learning objective, and so I feel like we did a good job. We just took the different arguments of the Great War leaders had for entering into the war, which is like at the very beginning of our content standard. It's not the whole thing. So let's get into it. So the first part for engagement. So we have some questions that we asked the students. This is pretty much where everybody went, I think, with their presentation, is the transition questions. Have you been to any countries in Europe? Have you seen the movie War Horse, which is about World War One? Do you know anything about World War One? If so, what? And then a challenge or problem that we came up with was imagine themselves as a country's leader. How would they respond as a country if what happened in World War One, like the assassination of the Sarajevos, the Balkan destabilization, the riots, happened to them without giving away too much about how the war took its course. So you would kind of trick your students a little bit. You'd present these concepts but wouldn't directly tie them back to World War One, and then you describe it after if they gave their answers. So the general rationale is this makes it interesting to them. That's basically it. Like, it grabs their attention and makes it personal. So exploration, they'll all be assigned groups to a certain country leader, and they'll have to make a certain film. And so while they're doing that, they're exploring the topic. They have to explore the topic that they've been given in order to finish the assignment. There's no way to half do this. They have to explore the topic in order to make their YouTube video. So the video is from 8 to 15 minutes, and the creator of the best video gets a prize. So that's another great incentive for them. So the funny guy in the classroom can shine and do his thing. Explanation, their video is their explanation. And then it requires students who are not comfortable with a creative medium to learn how to be comfortable, and it gives students a chance to excel with that creative medium if that's what they like. And students really can tie in emotion with learning. That's one thing I've learned in psychology, is if you are able to connect emotion to something, you will remember it. And so students will hopefully have a good time acting in the film and collaborating, and they'll laugh and enjoy it. It's a student-led activity. Elaboration is students will have to ask questions. Well, it says if they have any. Students will ask questions if they have any. And it gives them a chance to go deep into what they learned during the making of their video and elaborate. And having students question the groups ensures that the students have to pay attention during the presentation. It's simple as that. No being on your phone or anything like that. Also, the need to elaborate the presentation ensures that students will not only produce a funny video, but they'll produce something that meets the bare minimum requirements. Evaluation is Jeopardy, so that's fun. It's a lot more fun than a test. So whoever gets the most points receives a prize. So the smart guy in the room gets a prize. Whoever did the most studying, they get to shine in that area. And that's a summative assessment, obviously. So teachers will get a good idea of who knows the material and who doesn't. So they may also get a good idea of who contributed more to the individual's group presentation by seeing who knows the most material. It also gives a chance to the students who may not have shown so much during the video to shine if they can answer questions correctly. And I really like this part. In other words, the prize for best film represents praise for students processing a material, critical thinking, and creative learning, while the Jeopardy prize represents praise for knowledge of the material and visual learning. So that's our lesson plan. It will take place over the course of 4 weeks, probably about 5 weeks. Probably a 5-week thing. Yeah, so about a month, a little bit more than a month, basically. A month and a half. Yeah. Thank you very much.